All right, here we go. This time we're doing literal equations, which is just equations with more letters. Okay, no big deal. We're still following the same steps. We're still using inverse operations. There is a little typo here. This should say solve for y. So scratch out that x and replace it with a y. Little baby typo. All right, so we're solving for y, which means that's the thing that we want to keep. I want everything else to be pushed to the other side. Okay. So I want everything else to move to the other side. So our very first step is to move any term that doesn't have a y. So this bx doesn't have a y on it, so move it to the other side. You move over a plus bx by doing minus bx. So if I subtract the bx's on both of the sides, I have an ay that just sits there on the left side, and I have 5 minus bx. So 5 minus bx, and I can't do much with it. It just is what it is. It's 5 minus bx. So when I come down to step 2, it's still just 5 minus bx. And now we're almost there. We've almost got the y by itself. Remember, that's our goal. Get y by itself. So we have one little baby step, and that's to divide by the letter in front of y, which is called a coefficient, okay? They use the word value or constant, but we really need to call it a coefficient. You got to get used to that word, coefficient. I could have spelled that correctly. I don't know. We'll see. So the coefficient, the letter in front of y, is a. So divide both sides by a. All right. And you know what? It looks funny. It looks weird, but that is our answer. Our answer is what we see right here. 5 minus 5x, all divided by a. Cool. That's right. It looks weird, but it's right. Another right answer would be y equals 5 divided by a minus 5x divided by a. So I could have it as two separate terms that are both divided by a. Both of those are good. Check and check. All right. So let's do another example. And it's right here, example 1. We're solving for y again, okay? We could solve for x if we wanted to, but they're asking us to solve for y. So remember, move any term that doesn't have a y. So we're keeping u, but that minus 2x, you don't have a y. So you're moving to the other side by using the inverse operation. So instead of minus 2x, we're going to add 2x. So on my left side, I have a 9y equals, and on my right side, here's the part you really have to pay attention to. It's a 1, and we added 2x to it. They're not like terms. You can't combine them. It is what it is. Okay? And then lastly, step 2, divide by the coefficient. Our coefficient is 9, so divide by 9. Did I catch a 9er in there? Yeah, so there it is. Our answer is 1 plus 2x, all divided by 9, or we could write it as 1 over 9 plus 2x over 9. Both of these are right. Check and check. So let's do another one. Let's do one that I like. I used to teach geometry, and here's a common formula. Area equals pi r squared. Okay, so this one's going to be even more fun. If I want to solve this, and this time we're going to say solve for r. That's the rules. Solve for r. All right. So again, we're using inverse operations. So remember, when two things are pushed up against each other, that's multiplication. Our goal is to solve for r. So I've got to undo that multiplication with pi. So I will divide by pi. When I divide over here, I'm left with r squared. And on the left side, I have a over pi. Cool. Now this is the first time you're seeing this. Super excited to show you. To undo something squared. Okay, that's a square. The inverse operation of something squared is called a square root. Okay, that's called the square root. Square root. And they undo each other. So they cancel out, and that would just leave me with r equals. But remember, we got to do it to the other side also. So since I did a square root on the right, I got to do a square root on the left. So our final answer is going to look real cool. It's going to be an a over pi, and it all gets square rooted. So this is a good answer. Check. Cool. Things to remember. Remember your inverse operations. Know what you're solving for. Okay, and here's one. Believe in yourself. All right, a lot of times students will be doing this, and they're like, I don't think I'm doing it right because it looks weird. That you're probably doing it right. All right. You know what? Just for fun, I'm going to do one more because I want to. All right. So this one, I'm going to make something up. Let's go with 3y plus 5x equals 12. Okay, just first thing that popped into my head. And you know what? We were solving the other ones for y. Shoot, let's solve this one for x. Let's solve for x, just to be different. So this is what we want to get by itself. All right, so the first step would be to move over the non-x terms. All right, so this guy right here needs to be moved to the other side, minus 3y, minus 3y. All right, so I have 5x equals, and like I said, you can't combine those two things, so we're just going to leave it as negative 3y and a positive 12. Okay, you can't combine them. They're not like terms. And then again, remember, we're solving for x, so I've got to get rid of that times 5. How do we get rid of times 5? We divide. So my final answer could be x equals negative 3y plus 12, all divided by 5. Or I could separate it and make it negative 3y over 5 plus 12 over 5. And that was what x was equal to. So either one of those is good. That's good. That's good. It's all good. Cool, cool. I'll do one more because we're having so much fun. Let's go geometry. Let's go perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And let's solve this for w. So if I want to solve for w, first I have to move over the non-w terms. Whatever's not w, you got to go to the other side. So that 2l doesn't have a w. Move it on over. P minus 2l equals 2w. And remember, we're solving for w, so we need to get rid of that times 2. To get rid of times 2, we divide by 2. And my final answer is w equals p minus 2l, all divided by 2. That's one good answer. Or like I said, you could separate it out, and it could be w equals, and we could do p over 2 minus 2l over 2, and then you see you have a 2 over 2, so really it's just p over 2 minus, and those 2's canceled out, l. So a couple different answers. All right, hope you learned something. Bye.